Just look at television. We now have TV shows telling us that, in addition to the Arab terrorists over there, American Arabs over here are also terrorists. Then there's Showtime's Sleeper Cell. Here, a sinister network of Islamic groups operates on American street corners. Any homeless man could be part of this network. Even Western-looking Arabs are part of this anti-American conspiracy.
We're at war with America, period. And we're going to win that war by convincing enough Americans through the spread of fear, insecurity, and terror to change their ways. And the best way to teach that lesson is by attacking them where they live, work, and play.
So, when innocent Arabs are killed, when they're bombed, maimed, wounded, when they're tortured in places like Abu Ghraib, is it really any surprise that we don't feel any compassion? Or worse, make light of it?
This is no different than what happens at the Skull and Bones initiation, and we're going to ruin people's lives over it, and we're going to hamper our military effort. You ever heard of emotional release? You ever heard of need to blow some steam off?
Well, yeah, sort of like, hazing at the fraternity prank, sort of like that kind of fun. But the point is, everybody's been saying that this came from...
We don't care about them. We've been preconditioned to think that those innocent civilians, clones of Al-Qaeda and Saddam Hussein, are one and the same, and do not merit our sympathy, our understanding. And that's very dangerous.
So what does it mean to be a Zionist? Predominantly, it means to support all the efforts that push for the establishment of a Zionist state, birthed in the Holy Land. Its capital is Jerusalem. However, the land of Zion itself is meant to stretch from the Nile River in Egypt until the Euphrates River in Iraq. This is what they believe to be the Promised Land, and they have been busy for centuries to secure it. It is only logical that the same people who want to secure this state in the land that belongs to the Arabs would simultaneously portray the Arabs and Muslims in that land as lesser humans, not worthy of sympathy. People have purposely been indoctrinated to accept that the events that occurred today are natural, and that there is nothing wrong about it. All of it building up to the point where the Zionists can establish their awaited promised land of Zion, the Greater Israel. The convenience of the New World Order and its new Middle East coincidentally coming into play at the same time cannot be ignored. And neither can the inseparable connection between the Illuminati and the State of Israel. The plan for Zion is its establishment. Through war or consensus? How is consensus achieved? By placing puppet leaders into those states who will continue to indirectly support the agenda. Leaders that are so dependent on their support that no order they receive can be denied. What has occurred in the region since the establishment of Israel in 1948? In 1979, Egypt signs a peace deal with Israel in Washington and is safe from their aggression ever since. 1994, Jordan's king signs a peace deal with Israel, and his country remains safe from their aggression ever since. In return for the protection of the throne, Saudi Arabia's royal family remains the region's biggest ally to the United States of America. In 1990, Kuwait gets invaded by U.S. armed Iraqi military, forcing it to sign a deal with America to secure peace within its land. Since 1948, Palestine has not known peace, subjected to a Zionist Holocaust. For 30 years, Lebanon has not known peace, either externally or internally. In April 2003, the War on Terror conveniently pushes the United States to invade Iraq. Destabilizing virtually all its institutions, it creates yet another nation dependent on the Zionist agenda.
There's no doubt that the Illuminati, mystical Jews, control America. Control America. We're going to give you proof of this from the very foundation of America. It's called the role of Kabbalah in the founding of the United States of America. The role of Kabbalah. Kabbalah is a Jewish system of occult witchcraft and magic. And this rabbi says that, in fact, the very founding of America was based on the Kabbalistic witchcraft religion of the Jews.
The Torah does not and cannot justify this agenda, and true Jewish representatives recognize that. The Zionist plan, however, was never based on the Torah.
But look on the other side of the dollar bill, and there you see the great eagle, the symbol and of the United States of America from almost its foundation. But at the very top you see 13 stars in the sun's glory. But those stars are in fact designed as a secret Star of David. The Jewish Star of David reigns over America.
The trouble is not with the Jews. The trouble is with Zionists. Jews don't like Zionists. Most Zionists are false Jews.
Unfortunately, something new has developed in the world in the last 100 years, a new movement and ideology, and that is called Zionism. People confuse Judaism and Zionism. They consider it one and the same. But it could be nothing further from the truth, because in actuality, Zionism is antithetical to Judaism. It is the diametric opposite. Judaism is a religion, a spirituality, to serve God, to be subservient to God, practiced by Jewish people for thousands of years, to emulate God. As in Hebrew we say, Mahu rachum af ata tehe rachum. Just as God is compassionate, you must be compassionate. Zionism is the transformation of Judaism into something new, entirely different, into nationalism, a political goal to have a land, to be a proud nation amongst nations.